Lesson 66 is on ratio problems involving totals. We've done ratio problems before using our tables. As you can see here, we have the ratio column and we have the actual column. Then normally we would have two sections, but in this case today we're going to add a third, and the last column is always going to be the total column. Let's look at this example here. It says the ratio of boys to girls at the assembly was 5-4. Notice boys to girls, there's 5 boys, 4 girls. If there were 180 total students in the assembly, how many girls were there? So you just fill in what you know. They said that boys to girls, it was 5-4. Then in our actual column, there was actually 180 total students in the assembly. To find the total column here, you just add the two parts of the ratio. What's 5 plus 4? That's 9. So that's a total of 9 in our ratio column. Also, in the actual column, now we just need to fill in a variable for what we're trying to solve for. We're looking for the number of girls there were, so we're actually just going to deal with the bottom part of this ratio table. We're actually just going to deal with the bottom 4 rows. We're going to put G in here for girls. So, basically, we have 4/9 is equal to G over 180. You can use cross products to solve this. You would take 4 times 180. You'd get 720. That's equal to 9 times G. That's the cross product action here. Now you have to solve for G. So basically, you divide by 9 on both sides and take 720 and divide it by 9. 9 goes into 72 8 times and goes into 0 0 times. So there's 80 girls at this assembly. Let's take a look at example 1. In this example, we're asked to find the following. It says the ratio of football players to soccer players in the room was 5-7. If the football and soccer players in the room totaled 48, how many were football players? This is another ratio table problem. So we have our ratio and we have our actual column. Okay. Then we're playing, I'm going to put football players to soccer players. SP for soccer players, FP for football players. Then we also need our total column. The ratio of football to soccer was 5-7. Add those two numbers up to get our total of 12. Then actually in the room there was 48 total football players and soccer players. So now we're asked to find the football players. I'm going to put an F here for football players. So we are going to deal with this column and this column, or this row and this row. Now, set up your proportion just like we were. 5/12 is equal to F over 48. Now, some of you might realize that this 12 you can multiply by to get 48. When you multiply 12 by 4, you get 48. So, to find F, we can multiply the top by 4 and get 20 as the number of football players. If you want to check your work, go ahead and do cross products. 48 times 5 240. So you're going to have 240 is equal to 12 times F. Divide by 12 on both sides. 12 goes into 24 2 times. Nothing left over, so 20 is our answer. So there's 20 football players. We can fill in the rest of the chart. They're not asking us to, but if we know that there are 20 football players, we can easily find the soccer players by taking 48 minus 20. When you do that, 48 minus 20 is actually 28. So there's actually 8 more soccer players than there are football players. for your practice, it is on page 468, and I would like you to do A and C, just A and C.